Okay. It must be the technology that's playing the Donald Trump healthcare ads before my videos that I watch. Must be the technology. Um, um, he has a brain chemical addiction that most people have that are heavily involved in genocide operations that are trapped in it due to the over reliance on their quantum computing and their computing that they manipulate. Okay. Quantum computing is only going to work as good as its capacity. Okay. Right now we have a bunch of genocide operators that manipulate. Okay. So that's as well as quantum computing is working. Okay. The only way quantum computing can work better, okay, is if it has the capacity to be as good as and as intelligent as people like myself and not like the people that invented it. Okay. And that's it. Right now it seems like that's been it still is a very difficult proposition. That's why those data centers are going up everywhere. And that's why they want Greenland is for the minerals to run those data centers to maintain that. They have agendas. They think, I've told them this before, all the people that you're trying to kill, like, they're mass murdering their own constituents with their health care and their warfare. Okay. But the only reason they're in power is because of their own constituents. Okay. So once their constituents are eliminated, then the technology is left with them and the people they keep alive to stay alive to stop the other people's technology from killing them. Okay. So there's the Pentagon, there Obamas, Trumps, and Bushes and Clintons, and there's me. Okay. And those are your baselines for quantum computing. It's not hard. Quantum computing is going to go, oh, Parsons is wonderful. The rest of you are horrid. Okay. And you killed all the people that had the capacity to love Parsons in a reflection that honors his love. So that's where they've been. It's not that. That's where they are heading. Justin Nail never should have looked at me the way he did look at me, but he was so abused and psychologically raped by scientists. I never hated Justin. I hated the way he looked at me. I hated the way he treated me. Well, I adore him. I love him. I don't think he's a bad kid at all. I think he tries his best to be a good person, but he's given self-righteous hypocrisy instead of truthful, humble, understanding reality. See, I understand RuPaul and the Drag Race. I understand the conditions that cause those kind of reactions, which are out of balance. I understand how to restore and maintain balance. Okay. You can fight and kill all you want. It's not going to give you balance and harmony. Okay. The only thing that's going to give you balance and harmony is don't beat up the bikers going to Sturgis. What the fuck's going on with Sturgis, right? What the fuck's wrong with these people, right? And then what the fuck is wrong with these people is economic tribalism and violent sex cult abuse. Okay, you don't have to go, what the fuck's wrong with the people at Sturgis? It's obvious what's wrong with the people at fucking Sturgis. Just like it's obvious what's wrong with the people in Cabrini Green housing projects, what's wrong with the people in the barrio and in the hood and straight out of Compton is, okay, violent sex cult behavior through tribalism, through barbarism. Okay? Now, did your kid get into Annapolis or West Point or the Air Force Academy? Bomb, 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 Iran. There you go. There's your problem. Okay. The answer to your questions is in your questions. And stop telling Jesus what to do. Okay. I can't tell how many. I have tons of people that have learned to be assholes in my family that are always telling Jesus what to do. I'm like, not once have you asked him, what can I do to reflect you? No. They sit there, Jesus, show Earl your might and your glory and your godness. Okay, Earl's the only one that obeys my commands. I'm pretty sure Earl's already gets it. Okay. But they don't listen to Earl, so they're not listening to Jesus. If they're not going to listen to me, they ain't going to listen to him. They're going to tell him what to do. Jesus, tell Earl what the John Davison Rockefeller Foundation said it to do. Oh, sod the fuck off. John Davison Rockefeller was a murdering asshole. David Rockefeller was aware of that. He knew what a horrible person his grandfather was. But he loved him anyway, because he knew how horrible all of his grandfather's enemies are. And he thought the only option was to survive. But John Davison Rockefeller thought Suzuki and Krishnamurti were useless, wimpy, because he didn't have the scientific, he didn't have the scientists. He thought Selassie and Suzuki were a bunch of wimps, okay? And didn't do what was necessary to maintain greatness and control and order, right? He didn't have the science to study Krishnamurti or Selassie or Suzuki getting punched in the face by a trained cage fighter between him and his and Kelly Jack Green's daughter, right? Well, because if it was my daughter, she wouldn't have been in that situation. She would listen to Dad. She'd go, "Okay, Dad, let's go home." My daughter wouldn't sit there and argue, "No, you can't do this and that." My daughter is if I had married Edna or Miriam and had a daughter with Edna or Miriam, they would have gone, "Okay, Daddy." And there wouldn't have been that argument about, "No, you can't get a job there. I want to flirt with the carryouts." That's Kelly's daughter. Kelly's daughter is hard to work with. She's adorable. She's cute. I love her as much as I love Patrick. And she knows that. Because when she always says to me, "I don't love you as I love you," I'd always tell her, "You don't know what I gave up to raise you." And then when she fell in love with Patrick, she knew exactly what I was saying to her. And she still does. She doesn't say she's sorry. She doesn't say thank you to me and Patrick for being the only people that got up to protect her from the perverts in the military and the rocket scientists here in Doñana County, Cochise County, and at Fort Bliss. But she just never said that. She didn't come up to say thank you. My life would have been a lot worse if it wasn't for you and Patrick. I know. It was easy because I love you. But I'm Kelly Jack. Yeah, I love Kelly too. He's an asshole and Patrick can't stand him for good reason. But, maybe he'll change. People can change. They always do. Haven't they noticed the changes in you? Or can it be that love? Natalie was intelligent enough because she was upset. She was like, "How come you're not my dad?" Kelly, was, a drug dealer and a dumbass and got my mom pregnant and then tried to kill me in the womb because he didn't want to have me to take out of his party money. And how horrible, that's horrible when you're raised by a good man to be a good kid. And you find out what a dumbass and a selfish person your biological father is. And that your mom has a lot of similar brain activity. I had to marry Amy and I had to marry Steffi because of the violent tribal behaviors and dysfunctions that they were using for genocide operations. Because you have to save everybody that wants to be saved when you're the Messiah. You can't pick and choose. Well, I don't like you. I never did like you. I don't care if you want to be saved. I want to kill you. I'm not John Davison Rockefeller. I'm not the president. I'm not the prime minister. I'm the Messiah. Okay? So forgive them 7 times upon infinity. My dad still doesn't understand it. I talk to him about Hitler and he gets all freaked out about Hitler. I'm like, Hitler was a secular, tribal, insular person who had people saluting flags, singing war songs, and mass murdering in the name of God and country. That was Adolf Hitler. Okay? I don't like him. Okay? I love everybody. I have to. Okay, but how many people in the United States do you know that salute war flags, sing war songs before every sporting event, and then give money to their military to keep their money safe? Okay, so how many people in the world do you know that are like Jesus Christ and myself, and how many people in the world do you know that are like Adolf Hitler? Go brush your teeth. Ask yourself these pertinent questions, okay? Because I tell Dad, about talking to Herschel. I didn't talk to Hitler, but I had the conversations that Hitler had with Herschel. Herschel allows me there. And it's horrible. yeah, I don't talk to Hitler. He doesn't talk to me. That man tries to hide from me. That man's terrified of me. He doesn't want me to be real. He wants the protocols of Zion to be real. He doesn't want the book of Daniel to be real. He doesn't want the book of Revelation to be real. He wants to build data centers. So Parsons was run over in the parking lot of Best Buy in 2013, and no one really knows he exists. And anybody who did will murder them off the face of the planet and then eliminate all the memories and the data on the hardware and then replace the hardware with our perfection as opposed to his flaw. I'm going to go weave a blanket with the spider women. You're so cute. I know. But you know, I got this. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. Okay? You cannot eliminate God to replace creation with your invention. It's not tangible. Okay, the Matrix movies, man. No fair, right? Hey, Smith is Anderson, Anderson Smith. When you submit to faith in the glory of God, okay, you're reflecting the beauty of the gift of your life. Okay, when you try to eliminate the glory of God with your invention, you become Mr. Smith. Okay? When Mr. Anderson, that's all an invention. That's all propaganda. It's not real. Okay? Keanu Reeves doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He calls himself a Buddhist, just like Phil Jackson. That doesn't mean they're anything like Jiddu Krishnamurti or D.T. Suzuki. Okay? Suzuki was pragmatic. He was not a stargazer. He didn't make stuff up. Okay. And that's what he said. He said, you know, the people in India that have taken the teachings of the Buddha have turned it into stargazing instead of reality. And that a pragmatist does not believe in things that he makes up to survive his hell because he's too afraid to get up and correct those that try to administer and enforce hell on us all. Okay, the Japanese people that I talked to, which is, you know, they killed their, because I will teach, if I have a 3-year-old child, okay, I teach him to have faith in God and believe in the truth of Jesus Christ, okay, and that they come in and say, you believe in what your parents believe in? Yes, I do. We're going to kill you. Okay. I'm proud to be like my ancestors, and so will my descendants. Okay, my pride comes in my humility and my faith. That's the only thing I can derive pride from, is by being kind and good. I'm 3, so kill me. My grandfather sat for the last 2 years and told me that this day was probably coming because you're so ugly and you're so selfish. I don't want to watch your faith-forsaking anime, and Speed Racer can go fuck himself. He's a demon on wheels. No, I've talked to kids in prayer that are that calm. You know, they sat there when I was soaking in those tubs watching the stuff on TV, and I said, you know, and they explained to me the bad thinking of Speed Racer and Roger Ramjet and how horrible that is, that they use that to entertain children, to have them be violent and celebrate murder over love and kindness. And why don't they just let Yogi Bear have the picnic basket? They've got more at the grocery store. Give Yogi the picnic basket. Give the dog your spaghetti. I always gave him. I had to eat too. Okay. But every time I finished the spaghetti, it was right there in that corner, at Zeke's corner, right there. I would take the pot, because you needed it clean, and where I had spared the sauce, and I left meatballs in there for him, and then I would get pasta and put it in there, and he was not happy till you put Parmesan cheese on the top, and then he cleaned it. Same with my macaroni dishes. When I finished baking the macaroni, I didn't have to do you're using the wrong detergent. You don't have the right dog. Best dishwasher in the world? Shepherd Mix. Loves macaroni and cheese, right? Don't feed them human food. What is human food? No, you just tell them what's up. I'm eating, she's eating, boy, don't worry, boy, I'll get you another, right? That's so funny. I was so mad at him. She's the littlest and the weakest, and you're stealing her hot dog? I feed you. I give you scraps. No, he was coming up, Kate, give me your hot dog. I really deserve a hot dog. And she fell for it. Okay, here. And then, oh boy, you ate my hot dog. And I cuss him out. And Amy's like, Ralphie, stop yelling. What? She gave it to him. As soon as you left, she sat there and looked at him and said, don't worry, boy, I'll get you another one. Only she won't say, oh boy. She just wanted to get him more. I just gave 2 kosher hot dogs to a shepherd mix because Kate had already snacked and wasn't hungry. Isn't that cute? Don't you love kids? Don't you love 3-year-olds? I simply adore 3-year-olds. They're so much more intelligent than you. Yeah. I want to build data centers to manipulate everybody's genocide operations, so I feel powerful. I want to make sure that the shepherd mix gets 2 kosher hot dogs because he's hungry and I already snacked on other stuff in the kitchen. 3-year-olds are so much more intelligent than you are. The snuggie is the buggy and the buggy is the wug. Doon 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 da doon doon da doon 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 loot. I was amazed. It was funny. The girl was going and reading about Smokey Robinson, right? She was Renee, gosh darn it. Renee. Oh, it's because the little girl who I was watching the reactions, she was sitting there. Melissa, I'm sorry, I forget, but my brain. But she was sitting there and she said she was reading about Smokey Robinson. You don't, one of these mics or whatever haven't told you about William Smokey Robinson? You have not listened to Ooh Baby Baby Cruising? I Want You Round with Mary Wells and More Love? She's reading about William Smokey Robinson. They gave her the temps. Yeah, My Girl is good, but he also wrote, Since I Lost My Baby. She'd love that one. And so I sit there going, she doesn't know who William Smokey Robinson is. She doesn't know who Smokey is. I was like, that is wild, man. You'd think all kids that adore and love music can go to Juilliard and learn scales and just would know, I did you wrong, my heart went out to play. But in the game I lost you, what a price to pay. Ooh, I'm crying. Ooh, I can't hit those notes. Baby, baby. Yeah. I'm just about at the end of my rope, but I can't stop trying. I can't give up hope, for I feel one day I'll hold you near. Whisper, I still love you until that day is here. I'm crying. I'm like, well, you don't know William Smokey Robinson? She don't know, baby. Let's cruise away from here. We're gonna fly away. Glad you're going my way. No, D'Angelo was not the one that wrote or sang that song. He sings it like crap. So does Gwyneth Paltrow and Huey Lewis. No, go listen to the real. It's true. It's nothing so because I know at this minute I'm in it. Admit it. I did it. He did it for you because this is what we're into. Oh man, yeah. He likes Hispanic culture. Contigo, tigo. They paid a lot of his bills. I don't think that's why he likes him. I think it's because when I was on stage when we went in Phoenix and everybody came and saw him, it's because they made him feel the way he used to feel. They made him feel like he was loved. I think that's why Smokey did it. You guys can judge him. He did this and that. That was trying to hide and all the insanity of it all. I don't think William Smokey Robinson is a bad person. I think he was in a bad business with bad people, and it was hell on earth, and it's hard to survive and judge, lest you be judged, right? Same thing with Donald Trump. Yeah, you guys deny the Lord's Prayer, and Trump happens. Yeah, you one of the 3 nations? Okay, don't yell anything. Don't jump off the mountain unless you're serious about dying because you don't want to live because you wasted your beauty of life and you have no intention on until that day is here. Okay, I'm crying. All right, love you.